Hello, Eugene. Thank you so much for inviting us, the Silver Stars, to this show. We are very proud to perform the horror written by Lynn Dressel and myself, Elsa Faith, especially for the Supernatural Confession. Enjoy.
Is anyone here? What did you find?
You are listening to Supernatural Confessions.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. You are tuning in to us on Supernatural Confessions Friday Night Live. This is 2022. Alvin, I'm hearing the speaker is on. I'm hearing like delayed 20 seconds. Okay.
Where?
Someone's speaker is on.
Someone's speaker is on, yeah.
I think it's yours. Okay, so
Forget it, Joe.
if you are tuning in to
What?
us from Supernatural Confessions Facebook page, hello, you guys on Facebook. If you're tuning to us on YouTube, hello to you guys as well. We are trying out streaming on both platforms, which means your hosts, all four of us, are going to have to look at both the YouTube chat group as well as the Facebook chat group. Remember what we're going to talk about. Listen to the confessions. It might be.
Oh, and make quality jokes as well in the same time.
It might be chaos.
Yes. And at the same time, we want to give a lot of props and recognition to the man who has been with us for 2 seasons already in 2020 and 2021. He is none other than a smooth operator, the Grago himself.
Eugene, I'm still waiting for my paycheck.
Elvin, get in line.
I've been doing this for free for a while now.
And if
Behind me, please, bro.
if you guys have came in early and you watched the music video, that is the Silver Starts with Elsa Faith on vocals and lyrics written by Lynn Dressel. If this name sounds familiar, that's because these 2 beautiful ladies were confessors of Supernatural Confessions. And this song was written because Lynn was inspired. Lynn sent the lyrics to Elsa from Silver Starts. She read the lyrics, she took her guitar, and that music was born. You are listening to it here first before it's even available on Spotify. So 2022, we've got a lot of great things in store for you guys. We have not seen you all for 2 months, and we miss you very much.
I've missed everyone. I've missed the fans. I've missed Eugene. I miss Kim. I miss, of course, I've missed Sonia. There's no 2 ways about that. And I miss Elvin. I miss all you guys.
Felt like he's covering up for something, right? So
I think so.
There was no covering up. I have nothing to cover up.
It's a bad boy done something wrong. Coming home and tell
Bro, it's not bad boy, top dog.
Yeah, top dog.
I keep telling you guys, I'm not a bad boy. I'm an apex predator. You guys just don't. Yeah.
Where's the ducky?
What ducky? What are you talking about, Sonia?
Do you know
I don't understand.
Ducks in
Hey,
there.
he still have this. He still have it on his shelf. There.
Where?
Very near to his. Isn't that the yellow thing? Is the yellow ducky? Yeah, that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Whatever you were holding, just put it out and see what's that.
Elvin, can you pixelate this area? Just pixelate it.
Bro, it sounds not a porno. I don't think.
What can we expect from this year, guys? I mean, we have some new segment. Maybe I'll let Elvin. Elvin, what did you tell everybody? What's the segment that you are helming?
Oh, so I'm actually cruising. I've been cruising around the internet looking for videos.
Oh, what kind of videos?
You'll see. Some very interesting ones that.
The one no need to pixelate one, don't worry.
Videos that you don't need to pixelate or.
One you don't need to pixelate.
Or muffled voices.
Sounds dubious already.
So we got a few videos that we found on the internet. So Eugene, how do you should I go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
This segment is called. I mean, it's just a working title. We're still trying to figure out a very good title for this segment. For now, it's called Elvin the Cruising the Internet.
Could we maybe call it Coochie Cruise?
Cruise.
Hanto Cruiser.
Joe, I can replay you screaming in Phasmophobia.
I'm a brave guy. I don't scream.
I'll switch this to the actual video.
Okay, Elvin, take it away.
All right. So first up, I think some of the fans have seen this quite recently. This is the Scarecrows, contributed by Fida. So I'll just play this.
Subhanallah. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Wait. Screenshot. Cepat. Screenshot. Cepat. Allahu Akbar. Subhanallah. Allahu Akbar. Astaghfirullah. Subhanallah. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Wait. Screenshot. Cepat. Screenshot. Cepat. Allahu Akbar. Subhanallah. Allahu Akbar.
I'll replay this from the start.
Subhanallah. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Wait. Screenshot. Cepat. Screenshot. Cepat. Allahu Akbar. Subhanallah. Allahu Akbar. Astaghfirullah. Subhanallah.
I have to say the mark chick at the end, right? In the beginning, just that one solitary figure. That was the scariest part. If I said that at night, No, I crashed the car.
I mean, maybe the hantu saw doing a smoke break or what, it happens daytime.
The
smoke
last
break.
one that was squatting, I was most attracted to that one. I was like, that one pangsai.
Right, but I want to know whoever that puts it up, do they actually keep count of the scarecrows that they put out? And like one night, one pakcik went out for smoke lah, right? Then after that we like 1, 2, 3. Macam tak ada 4 saja. Then what happened? Then what happened?
It'd be really funny. one of the scarecrows is a real one.
Right.
Oh shit.
There's one
Video.
extra, right? If the guy goes
Yeah.
out there, he's like, hey, I only put out 5. How come got 6?
Yeah, that's
Huh?
weird. Then the actual one is like, hey, I thought reunion lah. What happened lah?
I was invited to this gig,
Very
Yeah.
creative use of. I always say, if you go army, right? Like all of us are guys, we've gone to the army and we were taught to, be murderers, kill, charge at the enemy. But I think one of the best ways to chase away, to frighten before the fight even starts, is when you go into the forest at night, you scare them by wearing white and walking around.
Why would you do that? Oh my god.
Yeah, that's a cool one. I like when people get creative with their scarecrows and using this to for different use.
Actually, in Singapore, there's this long stretch of road where I think the URA placed those those moving placards of people by the sides.
Oh
The
yeah,
construction
yeah.
The construction workers, at night.
Yes.
What?
Yeah, so these guys they put those standees by the side and then they're waving hands. And then if you are cruising the road and cruising the road at night at 2 a.m. Then you see that waving hand at you, and it's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
It's a good tactic also. They do that for police officers, right? Pretending to hold the traffic
Oh yeah,
cameras
that.
and stuff.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So again, using fear, lor. And
Well,
you
it
slow down.
It works.
And now,
Okay.
It does.
What else do you have for us, Alvin?
and now the next video is the mysterious swing.
No.
Alvin has just a way to introduce every show that sounds like porn.
As you can see, it was a dark and stormy night.
Too bad he's not a Japanese, or else he's a big shot already.
What am I looking?
Ooh.
Notice the swing going back
I think we need a
and
sound for this
forth.
one, Alvin.
Subhanallah,
You know the sound?
subhanallah, subhanallah, subhanallah. Boy. Boy,
Now it sounds
kau
like a
jangan lari,
porno.
boy. Kau jangan lari lah.
Back and
Don't
forth.
run.
Boy,
don't
kau
run.
jangan lari, boy.
Back and forth.
Boy. Boy, kau jangan lari, boy.
And yeah, that's it. I think this is kind of similar to a few videos we had before, right? Like the moving
Yes.
playground stuff, the swings, and then the carousel thing.
Yeah. But most
Yeah.
times you will find when people are filming the video, it is already moving, right? So we assume that someone they sit on it and then they move off, and that's why the machines are still moving. But this one, the swing started moving after whoever was filming it said, "Show yourself."
String.
I was gonna say the same thing. String pulled off from the outside of the frame, of course.
This time, usually I'm on the side of the Hantu, but this time I actually on the side of our resident skeptic. Do you know why?
Why?
Let's play the video again and I'll show you how to detect a fake.
Bergerak, boy. Boy. Bergerak lagi.
I want you to
Adik,
notice
kalau
how
betul
the
adik berada di situ, adik,
oscillation
mainkan
of
adik. Mainkan lagi, adik.
the swing is moving.
Adik, mainkan lagi.
The
Tapi
swing
making
up.
this bigger.
Mainkan lagi, adik. Boy, memang ada, boy. Memang ada, boy. Boy, adik. Ya Allah, betul-betul ada lah.
Okay, notice how it's swinging, right?
Mainkan dengan kencangnya,
One
adik.
side's pulled.
Mainkan dengan kencangnya. Mainkan
One
lagi.
side is pull. Later on we
Mainkan
get
lagi dengan
higher,
kuat.
you
Kau
can
jangan
see.
lari, boy. Boy. Boy.
So now it's still pull, let go, pull, let
Ui.
go.
There.
Boy.
As it gets too
Subhanallah.
high, you let's put
Subhanallah.
one side very
Subhanallah.
high.
Subhanallah.
It swings back
Boy,
down
boy.
because there is no weight. It doesn't swing.
Boy,
to the
kau jangan lari,
regular
boy.
wood.
Kau jangan lari lah. Boy, kau jangan lari, boy. Boy.
And as far as acting goes, this is the Channel 5 level of acting.
Yeah, and I think this guy needs to work on his cardio.
Maybe he plays Phasmophobia.
Yeah, that's a Phasmophobia character. What?
Why does it have to come back to Phasmophobia? You just...
Okay. By the way, I gotta tell the community or the fans watching here. This is what you're expecting 2022. Like Eugene is also on the other side.
No,
Let me by myself here. Tell you that is actually the Hantu, guys. I believe that is the Hantu.
Yeah,
You
actually.
see, why is it always the playground? And why is it?
Yeah, always the
called,
one,
then suddenly the swing starts swinging, and then now Eugene is on the other side. So guys, soon, it's just gonna be me by myself telling everybody this is the Hantu.
No, Kim, I support you. Maybe it's a Hantu pulling the swing, not sitting on the swing.
Ah.
Why
the hantu need to use string?
Yeah. So
Physics.
power enough lah.
Yeah, so I think I mean 2022, I'm still gonna be on the side of Hantu. You guys have seen the posters, right? The 5 posters that we came up with, where each of us take a particular stance. I am still on the side of Hantu, except when it's sometimes I do appreciate a very good fake video. Many times I feel that the amount of technical knowledge that we know how to create or recreate hauntings, we should actually make our own short film. Yeah.
Our challenges is actually because of the place, Singapore, Malaysia, and Australia. That's a very challenging part to make, right?
Yeah.
Unless it's like, okay, Kim, you go film in your toilet, then like Joe go film in your living room, and then we'll compile the video together. That's an idea.
Joe, go and film in Kim's toilet.
That kind of video.
Why do you want to start 2022 like that, Joe?
We never ended it, bro. It's always on. It never ended.
It's
our chance to set some stuff straight.
You
Why
all
do you
want to start
pull it
afresh, but you start the show by calling me all sorts of things. You see?
We never called you anything.
See?
I just said that. You know what? I'm not even gonna bother.
So they're angry.
Okay, I mean, what else do you have for us? Any other videos?
Yeah, we got 2 more videos in fact. So we have one where this lady makes some weird faces. Was this something that someone sent to your DM, Eugene?
Okay, so where I got this from is sometimes we have fans who will send us videos that don't quite make it to the Facebook group, and I thought this was something is interesting to talk about. So yeah.
Okay, so this is from Hong Anya.
Because it did not. I don't think it was a Hantu show, a Hantu topic that would fit into our Supernatural Confessions group. But when I looked at it, I know it's a human being, but I was spooked.
Maybe it's us on a Saturday night after drinks.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's take a look.
Let's take a look. On music too. On music.
All right.
Helicopter, helicopter. Helicopter, helicopter. Helicopter, helicopter. Helicopter, helicopter.
I guess this is your next TikTok video.
Helicopter,
This is Saturday night.
Okay, it's already on loop.
Yeah, Kim, in case you want to look at her some more.
Enough.
That's gonna stick in my mind the entire night and tomorrow. Helicopter.
It's in, but you know what I mean, right? That's obviously a human being, and it's not a Hantu. But
it's quite catchy, no?
When she does this, oh my god, that was
Bro, you know what? I could never be an exorcist. If anything appeared to me and did that in front of me, I'd punch it. I don't care. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the feminists out there. I'm sorry for men's rights activists out there. I don't care who you are. If it's a child, you do that in front of my face, I'm gonna punch you.
It's but A plus for the effort lah. A plus for the effort. Creativity A plus lah.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And it's a good audition also if you are auditioning for a ghost for a new horror movie. It's
Helicopter.
Reach out to her and ask
Is
her
it
whether
going to be
she'll
the Supernatural Confessions musical? Is it?
Yeah, I think
we are doing a short. If we are doing a short film, right? We can cast her as.
cast her definitely, man.
So are we doing like Hunters the movie?
Oh
The
yes.
musical.
I want to, because I
that
want to
is
see
so
Joe
good.
scream.
The musical.
I want to see Joe scream.
I'm too brave to scream, bro.
Yeah, right.
Top dog, top dog.
Okay.
And
Thank you very
then-
much,
Poke our
Alvin.
eyes out.
Is that all? What
Oh
can
no, we
expect
got a
from
last
you?
we got a last video
Oh, one
here. It's
One more.
it was sent by Munira Muhammad Noor. Is I titled it The Moving Chair.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh.
Want to see it again?
Sound, please.
Yeah, the sound
Yeah,
there. Can you guys can you hear the sound?
No, cannot.
Actually, it's very there's very not much sound actually.
Okay.
Okay.
So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 objects that move inside.
Yes, something that fell. Then
There was a
something that
bag.
went flying across.
It was a picture on the wall. Then there was a chair.
That went right across.
Then the drawer opened.
Okay, it's
Yeah.
all string.
Okay.
How, Mr. Eugene? Is it
I
all string?
agree.
You know why I say it's all string? I say it's all string because the movement of it is just one directional. It is just too angular. There is no break in that. It's not as if it flew in one direction and then, changed trajectory. It was just one direction. It's like when you pull something towards you, it moves in that.
But how do you pull from somewhere that it's like, for example, the chair, right? You need somebody to be.
Well,
Or
it could eat. You see how the cabinet is? Somebody could be hiding behind that cabinet. It was pulled in that direction, out of sight. And then as for the cabinet one, that one very senang lah. So you have 4 people, 4 string, all out of frame, pull. Done.
Then
I don't
Eugene,
know.
how?
This was, I like to believe it's real, but at the same time, the chances of a CCTV or a camera picking up perfect poltergeist activity in very clear, haunting video, this would have made the headline news. This would have gone viral. But I think to get this level of poltergeist activity is very rare. But if you have seen some of the video that I put up, some people have shared it, and I copied up and put it up. In Malaysia, actually, there was an incident where tables flew across the room towards the door. Chairs flew. So it's very hard to put a fishing line and pull it in such a way where the chair could get off the ground and fly in an
Yes,
arc.
I would not have, if I'd seen that other one, yes, I wouldn't be as skeptical. But the one that was just shown, it was too perfect. The way it was pulled, that one direction. So
Yeah.
if I had seen the other one, then I might not have said what I did.
Let's put it this way. Maybe the video is real.
Mhm.
However, if I were be asked to, can I recreate that scene? I can.
Oh, how would you do it?
So that's what you're going with.
That's what I'm
Okay.
doing.
So safe.
So there'll be a lot of strings
Yeah.
lah.
Very hard lah. This video, TikTok videos with videos that we're gonna show, it's all gonna be debunked by strings lah. Whatever that is moving, it's strings. Whatever that is moving, it's string.
2022 latest debunking
String.
theory strings.
Eugene has gone to the dark side.
No. I'm
Yeah.
still on
No,
Kim's side.
Eugene, I gone to the bright side. I am still in the dark side. Eugene gone to the bright side.
Actually, to be fair, super rational
who's gone to
Eugene
the
has a
back
nice
side?
ring to it lah.
Whoa!
Super
Oh, wait a
rational
second.
Eugene.
What did you just? No, wait. Sonia, what did you just say?
Nothing. I didn't say anything.
No. I heard what you just said. Who's gonna go for the backside? Don't try to slip that in. I'm
Oh,
going.
slip that in.
Right?
Huh?
You like that? Yeah.
I'm gonna highlight just that part in the podcast lah. I can cut just that part and then highlight it to show this is a proof. Sonia said something. This is what she said.
What about the backside? Okay. All right.
It's a wrong podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should
Okay,
be-
Elvin, what were you saying, yourself?
Sorry? Oh, I was talking about Eugene's new role, super rational Eugene.
Oh, no.
I think it's a nice ring to it, right?
Rational Eugene.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's just
Alvin.
keep
Yep,
it to,
that's it.
to
That's
super
the.
rational and not go the other one, okay?
Thank you very much, Alvin.
Thank
Your
you.
job is done for today. We'll see you guys
Thank
again.
you very
Good
much.
seeing
Thank
See
you
you.
very
Thank
much, Alvin.
you.
Bye.
Joe, you have something for us? Anything
Yo.
that you spot on our Facebook group that you think is worthy to highlight this week? That if any of you who have not been on our Facebook group looking at the content, Joe's going to give you the highlight of the week.
What I really liked, and even though it doesn't have as many comments as perhaps some of the other posts, I really like the one by Pablito Taco Burrito. And he told a story about it. Do you remember that one, Sonia? Or do you just like saying, oh, because there's the word burrito in there?
Yes, I've not.
Yeah,
yet been
I knew
there.
it was food, right? Like, yeah. So basically, this was the story about being at home or at his cousin's house, and then seeing his cousin kind of come out and speak in Mandarin as if she's speaking to someone else, and he's hearing voices like she's speaking to someone in the room. And I think the community was very divided about it. And some people would say, look, there's 100%. This your cousin is possessed. Get in the Ghostbusters, the Taoist priest, the Imam who starts whatever. Get in someone to help her.
Yeah.
And the other side of the community was saying, look, this woman obviously has mental health issues. And why I really like it was because there was a lot of conversation going on there, but also because it is, I think it's very similar to what is at the very essence of our show, which is there are just so many different sides to one story, and you can never really know. But and even with that story, right, there's nothing to say it's paranormal. But then again, there's a bit of a question mark, right? Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, do you guys remember this post at all, or?
Yeah, I read this post. I approved the post and I read it again.
Yeah.
He even had video of the sound, and I think
Yes.
that's where it was really freaky. A lot of the members are saying, "Oh, this hearing the screams." It's one thing to read about it. It's another thing that he actually recorded video. And the screams. I mean, anytime someone screams that way, it's horrific. The first thing in my mind is, why did you wait for 7 hours for her to keep screaming nonstop from 12 to 7 a.m.? I know he said the door was locked, no one could get in. But at some point in the night, I would be very concerned and I would kick down the door already. Yeah. So I'm not debunking the story. I think the story is great. It gives me the shivers. You guys, if you have not read it, please go in and read it. Watch the video. Let us know what you think. I know, Joe, you were leaning towards she needs medical help.
Psychiatric help for sure.
Psychiatric help, yeah. And I agree with you. We should definitely seek psychiatric help. Let's not ignore that. But at the same time, this could also be more than what medical science could solve. Just to be safe, I would definitely go and find. I think if I'm not wrong, she's Muslim, right? The girl.
Yeah, I know. Look, like I've got it up here, and he's written that the cousin's Buddhist. He and his family are Thai Buddhists. The helper's Muslim, and the co-worker is a Burmese Buddhist. So you have a really predominantly Buddhist household with one Muslim person in there.
So I like stories like that. I like confessions like that because they give us enough details for us to look at it, and that's very important when we are trying to look at a story, trying to dissect it. We need a lot of info. Sometimes we get posts like, "What do you see in this photo?" I don't know what are we talking about here.
Yeah.
And that's where usually you get a lot of people trying to circle things. And you get some people even put a handphone in the pocket and but comment something, and for days after that we're all trying to figure out what is X977
XTJ5115.
It's a code for you to go figure out. Yeah.
So interesting stuff. If you're not yet on our Facebook group, go check it out. We are also on our website, supernaturalconfessions.com. We are on Facebook. Search for Supernatural Confessions books, or our group, which is groups Supernatural Confession Must Be the Hantu, and as well on YouTube. That's where all our videos are. So like, subscribe if you have not already, and that's where you get your daily dose of confession. Tonight, 11:30, a featured confession. Actually, this one is not your usual confession. It's something that Joseph have done, and he have investigated one of Perth's most notoriously haunted location. We'll get him to tell you a bit more about that at the end of the show tonight. But for now, it's at 10:30 p.m. right now. Let's get straight to our confessions, shall we?
Let's
This
do it.
Kim, he has been producing the show. He's been talking to you guys. I'm very proud of the quality of confessions that came out. Kim also produces the Supernatural Confessions podcast, so he's the voice of SC, and we have really gone more than 100 episodes.
Yeah, me.
Yeah. Kim, give us a bit of a preview. What can we expect
the
tonight?
voice of SC.
Eh?
What happened?
What was that?
Alvin, I
You
think.
needed to say that twice. Wow.
Yeah. A compliment have to be repeated twice. It sounds so good. It need to be said twice.
Give us a bit. Yeah. Give us a bit of. Oh, by the way, I just got a comment from Dex. It says that Facebook video not as smooth as YouTube. So if you guys want a smoother experience, head down to Supernatural Confessions YouTube, where this is also streaming, and you get a more streamless, a seamless connection. Which goes to show it's really not our fault. We stream both on Facebook and YouTube, but Facebook cannot handle it.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna give you a bit of context about the next confession, and also thank you very much for those listening to the podcast, and also to those that do not know the podcast still exists. The podcast still exists. Just look for the same name. We still produce weekly contents there. Okay. So for the next confession, it happened in Indonesia. Which part of Indonesia I do not know. There's a great twist to this story whereby there's no exactly sightings or nothing move that, with strings pulled and whatnot. There's nothing move according to the confessor. But there's a good, for me, there's a good twist inside here is because something happened to the confessor and she thought it was something. Yeah, Eugene disappeared.
I'm disappeared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you hear me, right?
Can hear you but can't see you.
No. I think it's my camera. Okay, never mind. Okay, you guys carry on. I will come back.
Okay. It must be the string. Okay. Then something happened to the confessor. Then she thought that it's just a prank. But what happened after that? There's an explanation to it. That is where the plot twist is. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we don't have to wait for Eugene. Let's go to the audio straight. Alvin.
Okay, you're back.
He's back.
You know why? Because I very kiasu. I have two cameras. One, in case one get overheated, I have another one. But this one don't have the 4K depth lah.
Oh, hang on. So the other one overheated again.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh.
Okay. Let's go to our very first confession, shall we?
This is a confession sent in by Eugene Tay. This happened back in 2004 when I had just joined the airline. I had difficulty adjusting to the job. Odd and long working hours, jet lag, different colleagues on almost every flight. I wasn't exactly enjoying flying then, and I seldom joined in conversations with the rest of the crew. I kept mostly to myself. During this fateful flight to Jakarta, I was, however, rather excited. I had heard that the nasi goreng from the hotel's room service menu was exceptional, and we were also accorded a generous discount, so I was looking forward to it upon check-in. Our layover was barely more than 12 hours, but I was glad because it meant I would be back home very quickly. I did not know that the crew hotel in Jakarta commonly allocated the least popular room, read haunted, to the most junior crew. And on that flight, I was the most junior crew. I noticed the fellow stewardess staring at me when we were given our room keys. She was an Indonesian, but she wasn't able to return home due to the short layover, so she was sleeping in the hotel like the rest of us. Both of us entered the lift together. Drew, do you want to bunk in? She asked. Bunking in means sharing a hotel room. Not really. Why? Are you scared? I replied. She looked shocked and, quite frankly, slightly annoyed. I was a very private person. I barely knew her. I didn't want to share a room with her. But I did seem rude, so I apologized, and this time I said I wouldn't mind bunking in with her. However, she said no. Oh well, can't believe she's so petty. We parted ways and I checked into my room. The hotel was situated very near the airport and was surrounded by slums. The corridors were long and dimly lit. My room was the very last room at the end of the eerie corridor. It was late, around 9 to 10 p.m., and there were no other guests or staff about. Happily, I took a shower and dialed room service to order my late dinner. I had barely hung up for a few minutes when the doorbell rang. That's fast, I thought, as I rushed to open the door. But there was nobody at the door. I didn't think much of it as I continued to blow dry my hair. The doorbell continued to ring once or twice. Instead of opening the door, I peeked through the peephole, and again, there was nobody. But finally, I heard a knock, and it was my long-awaited dinner. My then-boyfriend had phoned me in my room, and we talked for a long time. It got really late, and I wanted to get ready for bed, when I realized I had forgotten to bring my toothbrush. For some reason, there wasn't a dental kit in the bathroom as well. I called housekeeping to request for one, and again, very shortly, the doorbell rang again. I even told my then-boyfriend to stay on the line while I got the door. And again, nobody was at the door. I began to feel slightly irritated as I was convinced that it was a prank by some drunk hotel guest. Finally, after another 1 or 2 false alarms, my toothbrush finally came, delivered by 2 male housekeeping staff. Worried that the doorbell prank might happen again, I requested them to get security staff to patrol the corridor. I was feeling rather unsafe, even more so that my room was the last room at the far end. The 2 men looked at each other and conversed in Bahasa nervously. The man standing behind was visibly very shaken. Finally, the staff in front turned to me. "Ma'am, our hotel no doorbell." He pointed to the wall. I spent the next minute looking and feeling the wall for a doorbell, and indeed there was none. "Ma'am, you call your friend and sleep together. Your airline crew always stay together here in our hotel." He meant that cabin crew frequently bunked in during our layovers in this hotel. I began to understand what was happening, and I panicked. I hung up the phone and rang the Indonesian stewardess who had offered to bunk in with me, but she didn't pick up the call. I went on to call the other stewardesses, desperate for any kind of company now, and finally one of them answered. I didn't need to say much before she knew that I was spooked. She told me that a few other crew were gathered in her room. There's no space for me to sleep, but it's okay. We will all hang out till the morning. I studied the evacuation hotel map and realized that I had to walk down 2 long, dark, and empty corridors to reach her room by myself. I pleaded for her to meet me halfway, but she was too scared. I decided I'll stay in my room instead. Don't ask me why. I opened up my Bible and turned on the TV. I tried to distract myself with prayers, but the uneasy feeling kept bugging me. Eventually, I fell asleep. I woke up in the middle of the night to a thunderstorm. The news channel on TV was changed to a black and white drama channel. Just seeing that it's in black and white freaked me out, and I switched the TV off. I don't know how I got through that night. I was hiding in the covers and praying a lot until I fell asleep. When it was finally morning, I quickly prepared myself and left the room. The entire time, I had goosebumps.
How do you guys find that story?
I like the twist.
Right.
I like the nasi goreng.
Okay, that was uncalled for, but
Yeah, stop.
But the twist is so okay. I get just to pick up a comment and say that why does the hotel just still let people stay over the room is haunted? It's not that particular room, you see. It's things that are happening in the hotel. And where does the doorbell come from? I mean, like, she clearly hear it not only once, couple of times, until she tell the staff to, like, hey, got people ring my doorbell, can you get people to check it out? And then after that, the staff actually said, ma'am, there's no doorbell.
So could it be the next room if somebody was watching TV and it was that sound? You know, hotel room walls are not thick. They can hear everything you're doing in there.
Yes, yes, I'm sure of that. But the thing
Yeah,
is,
because sometimes you even have to hold people's mouth quiet so that next door neighbors don't hear you.
This take a quick turn quickly. Okay, I wanted to say, but the timing
ding
of
dong.
the doorbell, isn't it so? I mean, why would she just rang up a room service. Then after that, the moment after that, there was the doorbell. I mean, like, impossible somebody watching TV next door. What kind of movie you watch has like 6 times doorbell in a row?
Yeah, if somebody doesn't open the door
Home Alone.
in the movie, right, goes ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, 6 times.
Yeah, but no, the timing is like according to the room service, and after that, when she look and then nothing happens, and after that the ding dong stops.
Yeah, but you see, it was also mentioned that when room service finally came, they didn't ring the doorbell; they knocked on the door. So no doorbell to even ring. So it has to come from somewhere. I'm saying it's next door, her next door neighbor on either side, right? And walls are very thin, watching something that has got a doorbell scene.
I'm reading out the comments from our fans, okay? I'm going what Edbia's Marker said. The doorbell got strings. And now Wong from YouTube says, could it be a 7-Eleven nearby?
I can't read a single thing. I can't seem to answer anyone. I've given up on comments already.
Someone. Sorry, go on.
No, there's a lag in the sound for me. So keep going.
Okay. Iman Arisa said, could it be? And I think this is where Sonia was alluding it to just now. Someone's mobile phone message is put to a doorbell
the notification.
Yeah.
Okay. I have another
devices within the hotel room as well. Could it be a bit of the fire alarm that's beeping and she's misinterpreting it as a doorbell? Could it be her own mobile phone? Could it be, I don't know, the air conditioning unit that's making those sounds? We don't know.
If it's her own mobile phone, she would have known, right? She like, ding dong, impossible, their doorbell, then after that, ding dong again, go and check on the door. Don't you know your phone is just right there? And it would,
next door neighbor.
So I tell you, true story, right? Like the other day, like I was like, I think in the bedroom, I was like, where's that ringing coming from? What's that sound? And I searched the whole room, and I just realized it was my alarm coming from my phone. Yeah, so look, that's possible if you have someone like me in the fucking hotel room, all right, where they're not too sure what's happening around them. But hey, it could be anything. It could be strings. I agree with.
Okay, and I why I'm keeping quiet the whole time, because I really want to hear what you guys have to say in your the science of it, what could be and what should be. I stayed in the hotel, and I believe I know which room she's talking about, and I stayed in the exact same room.
How come? How come do you know?
Serious, talking about this, goosebumps already. Yeah, I'm for real on this one. I'll tell you in a bit. The other thing that I took away from what she said, and I'm saying this on behalf of one of the commenter on YouTube who says Huicher, Huicyr, who says, "Ooh, Ellie looks hot. Me like it." Ellie also said, "I was talking to my then boyfriend," which also means that she's single now.
Wait, chop. Ellie is the narrator. She's not
narrator, yeah.
Yeah, the narrator.
Not the confessor.
Correct. No, but we put the narrator's photo on the
So what's that got to do with the then boyfriend? If the then boyfriend was the confessor,
the storyteller is a different person. The narrator is a different person.
Sorry.
Let me come and tie string around your neck. Come.
You raise people's hopes up so high and then you dash it right down.
Sorry, wrong person.
Okay. This is what people say lah. The body here, the heart not here. Sing 不在焉呐，哎呀，susah lah.
There is no connection between the head, the heart, and
Yeah. Okay. So, to people out there, I will check with Ellie again whether she's single or not. I'm not sure also by myself. Yeah, but Eugene, the confessor, is maybe single now. Yeah. So
Eugene, guys, I assure
She
you, this is
said
not.
she said maybe then boyfriend could now be the husband, and for all you know, she got another boyfriend. You all just anyhow assume only, you know.
And
So
she's
information,
a stewardess
and
as
then
well.
you
So
blow it up. Yeah.
You got to go check with Chuchin. Okay, so anyway, Chuchin stayed there, and Eugene also stayed there many years ago. This is the very famous Eugene Then boyfriend. She's right on a few things. When you are a new crew, you will always get the haunted hotel. And
why so sway one?
I mean, this is part of the process. And the corner unit in the Indonesian hotel is the one. If any of you who have been listening to Supernatural Confessions since 2019, back then when Team O and ET was the host of the show, we talked about one particular hotel in Indonesia when I was flying as an SQ, and there was a 3 nails on top of the door frame. I don't know whether you guys remember that. If you remember this, 3 nails on the door frame, please leave me a comment. Let me know that you've been there since back then, hearing the story. That unit, when you go there, most people, if they are kind to you, they will offer you to bunk in with them because they know that place is dirty. Right? And I didn't know, right? And as a guy, people don't usually reach out to you and say, hey, you want to bunk in with me, because it's just creepy. So I stayed there on my own. And I remember when I went to the shower, I came out, the TV was on. And that night, there were things outside the window. There were knocking sound. There were a lot of disturbances. I didn't know.
You were by yourself?
I was by myself, yes. You stay one room, one person, one room. I didn't get a ding-dong, but I got knocking sounds. Knocking sound from the door onto the wall. And just, there was a lot. Yeah, you turn off the TV turned on again. You can hear the clothes hangers in the cupboard rattling. Things start to move. There was a full-on poltergeist activity in the room.
So obviously back then,
what did you do?
Camera was not a thing, so you did not record it or
2006, 2007, I think it was BlackBerry, if I'm not wrong. Or even pre-BlackBerry, that one. Right? 2006, 2007, Nokia.
The Samsung clam.
No, not that far back. Not that far back.
Motorola, the brick. Hello?
Motorola is 1999, 1998. Yeah. The clerk says she also got scary story. Please share your scary story to us. Reach out to us on supernaturalconfessions.com. Send it to us by WhatsApp, Messenger. We want to hear from you. We've gotten a lot of stories, and I'm actually putting it together for as part of the content in future. Yes, but Indonesian hotel, SQ stories. Ask any SQ people out there. They will tell you, yes, Indonesian hotel very, very dirty. Which also there's a story that talks about the 3 nails on the door frame. If you go to any hotel, especially in Indonesia, and you see there are 3 nails on the door frame, it means that room is very haunted, and someone has, the hotel has asked someone to come and bless the place, and the 3 nails is meant to trap spirits in the room. It doesn't mean to cleanse the room. It just means keep the ghosts in the room so they cannot come out.
So you contain in one and not go around the whole hotel.
Yeah. So if you stay with 3 nails, that's you in a cage.
So that's Kim, myself, and the ghost in the hotel room.
Why 2021 punya story lah? Why want to bring to 2022? Can you?
Because it's a sequel.
So it's
can we start a new drama?
Yeah. Anyway, Joe Keck is saying that he remembers this is a shower turn on and something about the key card. No, Joe, that is from Maldives. The key card that popped out of its own holder, and I was showering. No, that's Maldives. This is Indonesia. 3 nails on the door frame.
So what happens if you remove the nails?
Oh, no one has tried.
So if you remove the nails, then you're not trapping it in your room anymore. It can then move to another room and you can sleep peacefully.
What if you remove the nails, then the thing is like, oh master, you have released me. Now I will follow you for eternity.
I like the sound of that.
Then you effed up lah. Now you need to go back to Singapore, so the thing follow you back to Singapore. How?
Ambience Walker is asking, the 3 nails place very near together. Yes, it is. It's like maybe a few centimeters apart. It's together,
I'll-
it's visually together.
I want to
Like
answer.
a triangle?
No, just side by side. It's on the door frame.
Just side by side. Okay.
Yeah. So C2 Ezekiel is saying, Sonia, you try. I will only try if Chichi is there.
I would not try even whoever is with me, Joe, Titi.
I will only try if Kim is there.
No.
There'll be a lot of nailing that night. A lot of nailing, bro. A lot of nailing.
It's on the door frame.
What are you? Construction company? First we get hammered, then some nailings happen.
Yeah, I got lots of wood, bro. Don't worry about it.
Jesus Christ.
See?
Yeah, you be calling for God.
I told you.
Okay, well, let's get on to the next. Anything you guys want to add, or anything in the comments that you guys want to read out?
Not for me. Yeah, we're a bit running out of time. We can go to the next confession because we have 2 more confessions and also the Johanto part. So
Okay. Yes, Chichi will take off one of the nails without hesitation. Anyway, if you guys just joined us or you're new to Supernatural Confessions, once again, welcome to the Friday Night Live podcast live. Chichi is one of our SC Recon members, and he is the guy who is the man in SC with the balls of steel. Some say titanium. And he will go with us on supernatural paranormal investigations. And there was one incident. You can go and check out the YouTube video. It's Supernatural Confessions Recon Sembawang episode 2. There's a nail on the tree. And this particular part of the woods is known for people to trap spirits there or to burn offerings for spirits.
Yeah, they dump.
He decided to take the nail from the tree, which meant to trap the spirit in the tree, and he brought it home, and he had a series of nightmares, and the spirit saying he wants to get out. His wife was affected, but yeah, so that's Chichi. So today you ask him, is the nail still with you? He go like, yeah, it's with me, souvenir. Alamak. So maybe Chichi, if you go with us to Indonesia, you can be the one to pull the nail out. I'll be in the room down the other end of the corridor that the confessor has said. Through that side on the other end, where Joseph and Kim is. Yeah.
Yes.
We'll leave Sonia and Chichi in the other room.
Let's get on to the next confession.
Okay, go ahead. go ahead.
The next story is about sleep paralysis, a common phenomena that's been reported around the world. It was sent to us by Chum. I never once believed that spirits or jinns would attempt to kill or harm you while you're sleeping. Yes, I've heard about this strange phenomena from things I've seen, heard, or read in my teenage years, but it never occurred to me that it could be real. Those who've experienced it have told me they weren't able to move at all, and they said it was the work of a particular jinn that attempts to possess or oppress people while they're sleeping. It's called hantu tinde in Malay folklore. I always laughed at them whenever they told me. I told them it was actually a scientifically proven occurrence called sleep paralysis. I'd always thought of myself as a man of science and paid little attention to superstitions or folklore. It was not until my teenage years had fallen away, when I had become an adult, that I finally had the experience myself. I was sleeping next to my wife in my mother-in-law's house that fateful night. I don't remember when it happened exactly. It could have been minutes or hours after I fell asleep. All I know is at some point I realized I could not move my body. I was completely frozen. I could only move my eyes around as I was already fully conscious. My eyes darted about in the dark, but I still couldn't see anything. I was surprised to know that I could not see anything, even with my eyelids fully open, as, even in pitch blackness, according to science, you'll still be able to make out shapes, as the pupils in eyes tend to be dilated at maximum exposure while you're sleeping. I thought I was momentarily blind, but to my surprise I wasn't. I looked gingerly to the left and then to the right. I could see both my arms, but I just couldn't move them. Then I looked above, and to my surprise, I saw a shadowy, wispy, smoky-like figure with faint red eyes moving stealthily a few inches from my face. This, I reasoned, was why I could see nothing initially, because that thing was so close to my eyes. After being stunned for a few seconds, I recalled advice to recite the Ayat Kursi if I sense things are abnormal. I'm a Muslim, by the way. Instinctively, I knew this was not just sleep paralysis, despite not having any previous experience with the supernatural in my entire life. After several recitations of the same scripture, the smoky entity started to move away from me gradually, twirling around like a whirlwind, and it got sapped through the window, probably through the glass or through some tiny cracks along the edges. I can't exactly recall. All I remember is that the window was firmly shut. Afterwards, I woke my wife up, asking her to turn the lights on. Fortunately, she agreed, and we slept with the lights on all night. I didn't tell my wife and my family until the very next morning. This was my one and only supernatural experience. It turned me from a non-believer to a believer. I certainly don't want to experience it again. The only reason I believe what I saw is because no one had actually told me what the overlap ghost or Hantu Tinde actually looked. If I had an image already printed in my subconscious, it would have been easier to imagine things or exaggerate exactly what I saw, but I didn't. I saw what I saw. I have never told this story to my friends because, I have this terrible fear of being laughed at and being doubted for what I saw, and there might just be, very different phenomena from what I've experienced, but I never want to experience that ever again. That's for sure.
Charm, you have come to the right place confessing your story to us. We never laugh at any of the confessions. We believe that you believe in it. And what we do on the show is we offer very different perspectives from 4 very different hosts. Guys, I'll leave you to describe what and how you dissect the show. Maybe let's start with Joe first. How do you dissect stories usually? What's your go-to?
My go-to is always a psychological or like Sonia, a very rational explanation for what's happening. And this is not to say that I disbelieve in the existence of the paranormal. It's just that I want to eliminate things that are naturally occurring in the human body or in nature before I jump to the conclusion that there is something paranormal happening. And so for me, for something to be paranormal, there has to be witnesses, at least one other than the person experiencing it, and there has to be, for me, something physical to kind of explain it. Like for example, you can talk about feeling strange, and I felt that before, but it's very different if this glass suddenly starts floating in the air, right? Then I can say, hey, there's something really tangible that we can look at.
Sonia, what's your go-to?
Well, for a guy who started off being quite sciencey and then, experiencing something like that, being blinded by the light and stuff, he experienced what he experienced. He's only relating what he went through. And it wasn't even witnessed by his wife or anybody else in the room. So, yeah, I'm going with Joe on this one. It's not enough. But he experienced what he experienced, and I'm not going to discount that. So
definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, we are not discounting the experience. We're just providing an alternative explanation for what that is.
To feel that blinding, there are all sorts of things that can happen with your eyes, even if your eyes are closed. You know how sometimes you can see the blood flow even?
Can?
So
yeah.
You can't?
From the eyes? When your eyes are closed,
when your eyes are closed.
If there's a lot of light, sometimes you can even see through that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So he obviously experienced something, that caused his pupils to dilate, right?
And pupils can also dilate without external stimuli. Your pupils can dilate when you're having an orgasm. Your pupils can dilate when you're seeing something quite pleasurable. Like things can happen. It doesn't need something external to yourself. You see, Kim, you talk about not going into the hotel room and then you do things like that. See, this is the reason.
like how Joe
What is
does
the
it with a
reason?
straight face.
What is the reason?
I'll tell you later, bro.
And then he smiles at you.
Or is it one of those wink moments?
That's too dodgy as hell. Okay, what about your side? How do you usually
It must be the hantu lah. It must be the hantu. It's already in the title. I already put it in the title. It's already called Hantu Tinde. It must be the hantu already lah. I mean, like, okay, but I wanted to say maybe just a tiny bit.
Oh my!
Chum. What?
I thought you were going to say something really good.
Tiny bits. Don't say
Tiny
words like
bits.
tiny bits in chum that he actually wished to say, like, you know, they are friends who told him about hantu tinde. Like, kalau ada hantu tinde saya lah. Then after that the hantu like, okay bro,
you looking
malam
for
ni
me
saya
You challenge me
challenge me okay malam ni aku agak place kau datang. Then after that, so I want.
No, but it could also be power of suggestion if he and his friends are talking about it, right?
No.
And then he has this experience. And what else can you attribute it to
Wait,
about what
pause.
you just recently heard?
No,
He challenges himself.
He said that he did not hear of it. That was what I understood. He did not hear of it.
He heard about the name, but he do not know what it looks like.
Yes. So that's again that it's been inserted into his head subconsciously even, and then you can't explain what just happened. So
Why am I even on this show? Sonia says exactly what I want to say.
Sometimes Sonia might miss out. That is when you come in lah. You are a feeler. You are a feeler for Sonia.
I'm a feeler.
Yeah,
what?
Feeler. You are not to say you are filling up Sonia, but you are.
Feeler, fluffer, what is happening here?
I was not given a slot to tell my jokes, so I just have to slot this what to do, right? 2022, Eugene said, Kim, you gotta drop your joke, lah.
Hey, I didn't say drop your
no
joke.
time for your joke, lah, Kim. Please, lah.
Okay.
he antagonizes us all. You see, can you give him back his joke time or not?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Kim, after Know Your Hantu, you have a joke segment.
When we end the show, lah, we end it on a high note.
He calls it.
And it was a bang.
The high note.
Nah.
He also say
Hey, must have self-confidence, lah.
Okay.
Eugene, can we please move it to the front of the show so there's time to recover?
Just get it out of the way, right?
I really think we need to do
so
that.
I
please.
don't have nightmares after the show. Everything ends and I go to sleep like, I'll never stop thinking about this one.
Okay, I'm going to go to the comment section where the clerk says, have you guys tried to bring someone with a third eye on your field trips with a video, but a third eye guy must keep quiet if he sees anything? Clerk says, I would like you guys to watch the video later on where Joe actually brought someone with the sight on an expedition, and there was a scene where he felt something and it was confirmed. Okay, so check that out. Also, Wei Chai says, standard story, he or she was affected by this as well. Paralyzed but 100% awake and aware. Awoke with a weight on him or her, but didn't panic. I asked, who are you, in my mind, and it flew off. That was it, and I went back to sleep. In fact, this particular phenomenon of sleep paralysis and hantu in a sleep happens so often that they actually have a term for it. I personally believe there are entities out there, there are things that really will affect you in your sleep. And to me, that is without a doubt a hantu experience. People who have sleep paralysis here, I hear voices, I see things. But yes, science may say sleep paralysis, but they just bundle everything inside as, the minute you're awake, you cannot feel your mind does this. They try to explain it to you, but it does not explain some of the things that people experience during a time where they are paralyzed. That's just me.
It's interesting that you say that.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's interesting that you say that, Eugene, because people may have sleep paralysis, and that may be a legitimate natural phenomenon. But what happens during sleep paralysis may not necessarily be entirely scientific or rational. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're having sleep paralysis, you can't move, and perhaps you're having some hallucinations. But what's to say that while you're experiencing that, something is also happening at the same time.
Yeah. I only had
very
two
possible.
sleep paralysis incident in my life, just two. This was during the time when I was one time in army, and it was one time before that. So yes, I agree. People will say, "Oh, it's because you are fatigued." There's a lot of reasons why I couldn't move and I'm awake. Right? Scientifically, you could explain that away. But I saw a headless person shaking my bed. In another incident, I saw a young boy, jumping around from bed to bed. So it's something that I see made up in my head, but my experience when I saw that is always in here and I can't erase it. So no matter how many times people tell me, oh, there's an explanation for this, I cannot stop seeing the headless person shaking my bed or the boy jumping from bed to bed. So yeah, the experience was freaky as hell.
Okay, so I also picked up a lot of comments mentioning that they experienced this with different sightings. So like Luffy, this is Luffy, I think. Luffy 0190 woke up paralyzed with shadow of old lady holding down my chest once scarier shut. So for those commenters that put in that has experience like this, do talk to us. I mean, like, no matter how short is your confession, if you want to write it down, if you want to talk to us through a voice note in WhatsApp, or you just want to just give us a call, or we want to talk on video, just reach out to us on our website and tell us your story. Yeah, Eugene.
Saravan Dina Dayalan from YouTube says, a tip: sleep with your head facing east will help with such things.
Sleep facing east.
I cannot. My bed is such a way where if I turn, I either face north or south. I'm fucked.
No, you sleep like that, lah. You sleep like that, lah. Instead of the bed rest like that, right? You sleep like that, lah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, but sleep paralysis story is actually a classic case, and so many people have counted it. I just generally think there must be something in between that wakefulness and sleep portion where you see things. So let's assume, like Joe, let's go with what you said. Sleep paralysis is science is real. Could it be in that time when you are between wake and sleep? That's when you have the sight. That's where you see the spirit world. I like to think
that's my suspicion. Like, if I were to just leave the science behind for a little while, I think maybe at that point people can be quite open to, because I think perhaps the rational mind is, submerged a little bit, and the creative mind kind of takes place. Who knows, man? Who knows?
There's so much we don't understand, myself, right? Yeah.
No, yeah.
That in between state.
For sure. I mean, I've seen things when I've had sleep paralysis before. I've experienced things, but nothing that would kind of push me over and say, "Hey, that's supernatural." But hey, who knows? It's interesting that Eugene, you talked about seeing these headless things. I recently read your book. It was a wonderful book, by the way. And SC fans out there, please go out there, reach out and get Eugene's book. It is an awesome read. And there's this thing that perhaps you are someone that attracts spirits. Perhaps you've been told this before, haven't you? That you tend to be a bit of a lodestone where things get attracted to you a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I've been told I'm quite an attractive guy. So yeah, I mean, there must be some truth to it, lah.
We're talking about Hantu.
That's what I meant.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I meant too. Like, don't attract Hantu.
Oh, I'm smiling behind the book, but you cannot see me, so. He said he's attractive. I just was just giggling behind the book. You cannot see me now.
I know, that's what the girls do sometimes. They giggle when they see me.
Eugene,
Anyway.
if you were a chick, definitely.
Elvin, whenever he pop up behind, it was somehow it was creepy and also funny at the same time.
One-liners.
I love it.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, if you just joined us and you missed out the awesome soundtrack at the start of the show, I'd like to bring that back one more time. This one is titled "The Horror," is performed by the Silver Stars. I will put up the music video on our Facebook page and group tomorrow, so you guys get to listen to it again, along with the I'm not sure, do I know this group want to be mysterious. That's why they wear masks and everything. So I don't know if I want to reveal their identity, but I would definitely want to tell you their name. Elsa, the lead singer, she's what I call the Singapore Amy Winehouse. And this song was written by Lynn Dressel. You see her right now on the Supernatural Confessions page. If you're watching us on on the Facebook page, she's actually there commenting. She was the one who wrote the song, passed the lyrics over to Elsa, and she just knocked it out right there, right then. And from what I understand from Lean and Elsa, this song, The Horror, was something inspired by Supernatural Confessions. They are fans of the show. They wrote this song for Supernatural Confessions. It'll be out on Spotify in the weeks to come, so do check out for that. But you're listening to it on here first. You guys are first to hear it. They're going to perform this for you guys. Hope you enjoy it, because I really enjoy this. This band, Silver Stars, they are into horror. Is it horror, Billy? But they're into horror. And when we sat down and we had a chat together, boom, it was like fireworks. Supernatural Confessions found the band that they would love to work with. And there's more of them coming soon. So if you like their song, you like what you hear today, please just give them some love in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Should we continue working with them? Should we get more songs? Is there any other thing that you guys would like to throw it at them that would inspire them to pen more great tunes? Let's give it up for Silver Stars and Lynn Dressel as the lyricist performing The Horror. Come and take it away.
Hello, Eugene. Thank you so much for inviting us, the Silver Stars, to this show. We are very proud to perform The Horror, written by Lynn Dressel and myself, Elsa Faith, especially for the Supernatural Confession. Enjoy. Shadows down our alleys, singing out of human bodies, beating for us hard, beating for us hard. Living around the crowds you don't see, going by your business.
That is awesome. Love it. Love it. I have to say though, I have to say though, and you know, like all respect to the guy at the back, and I'm pretty sure you're wearing makeup, but you sir are fucking scary.
All I saw was the body stationary, and then the head was doing its own thing. It's like a Mr. Bobblehead.
Yeah.
And it's all white,
Wow.
and there's no movement. Oh man, that's scary.
Yeah. It's a very cool band. I mean, we want to be able to record the sound again in a lot a clearer format. This is done obviously live in the studio. And I was there, right? I was there. I felt it. I enjoyed the song thoroughly, and they have a lot more great songs that they're playing. And like one of them is Soul Sonnets that they wrote actually quite early last year before Halloween 4, Supernatural Confessions. And I was like, okay, you know what? I've definitely found a lot of great talents here. And you would not imagine like Singapore having all this kind of musical talents, because ever since COVID-19 hit and there's no more live band, and we just forget that there are musicians out there. So go down to We Are Music Singapore. You can also find them on Facebook. I also left the link in the chat group here. Go and check out live bands in Singapore or musicians in Singapore.
Okay, I think the guy is here.
AGP. Juno, yeah, it's him.
Bravo, that guy. He was like, I merged with the background. Bravo, brother. Bravo, man.
If you go to his Facebook page, which I am on now, I'm stalking him.
It's already scary as shit, man.
He looks like a normal guy, but when he puts on that sonko and then that coat and then the face doesn't move, dude.
Yeah. It's like those Indonesian puppets, right? You know, the one that
Bravo.
Anyway, if ever you guys meaning the four, you know, guys, someone on Facebook, YouTube call us Four Horsemen. I think that's pretty cool.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah. If you ever come down to Singapore, I'll bring you to their hideout and go check out their place where they were jamming. It is beautiful. I love hanging out there, and I'm probably gonna invite myself over a lot more often and just chill. It's a creative place, and I know this song has a few chords. I'm not gonna try to sing the song, but I'll at least play the guitar. So hopefully, maybe one day we could all jam together again.
Bro, if he's gonna be dressing like that and looking like that, I'm not going.
No, the guy very cool.
That's not happening.
Top dog, what happened to you, top dog?
Top dog.
I have to just preserve my safety. All right. Just
Okay. Eugene, carry on.
Okay, next, before we go to our third confession and open the mic to Joe to tell us about what the hell is going on with this paranormal investigation, the next segment is handled by our very man with the sexy voice, Joachim Then, in Know Your Hantu. Alvin, take it away.
Aswang is today's Know Your Hantu. Aswang is an umbrella term for different shape-shifting evil creatures in the Philippines folklore. Back in the 16th century, even the Spanish colonists took note that Aswang was the most feared among the people of the Philippines. The term is popular in southern parts of Luzon, some parts of Mindanao, and Visayas, especially the Visayan province of Capiz. According to Maximo Ramos, an author, the term Aswang can be thought of as an aggregate term for a multitude of Filipino supernatural creatures. These creatures fall into 5 categories, which is similar to Western folklores, and they are vampire, viscera, were creatures, the witch, and the ghoul. Aswangs are believed to inhabit locations such as cemeteries and woods. They are also generally having a fear of light, hence funerals are usually brightly lit to prevent Aswang from coming to steal the corpse. They also have a disdain for loud noises, although in a few rare occasions described Aswangs came during noisy parties. There are several remedies and countermeasures to prevent Aswangs, naming holy objects, spices, salt ash, the tail of stingray, vinegar, and urine. Since Aswang were believed to be the main cause of miscarriages, Methods have been developed to drive them away. One of it would be the husband of the childbearing wife to remain under the house naked while furiously waving a sword, though not mentioned for how long or exactly when. One interesting method of detecting if aswangs were near is to create a special oil. To make the oil, select a particular coconut tree and watch it grow. Once it bears fruit, pick it at twilight during a full moon when it's wet and gloomy. Then grate the coconut and its juice must be hand squeezed. Boil the mixture until it became oil. Recite a certain secret prayer over it and throw all the waste into the ocean. Once done, the oil can be hung at the door, and once these unwelcome creatures came lurking, the oil would start boiling. Aswangs had been featured in numerous movies, TV shows, literatures, and games.
Well done, Kim. Ambience Walker said, "Oh my
Yeah.
God, Kim researched it very well." And the pics, like both on YouTube and Facebook, I'm looking right
Wow.
now. Everyone is saying it's very scary.
I hope you guys.
C2 Ezekiel goes, when I turned to look at my laptop and I almost shit myself. Thanks, Kim.
Well done,
Wes
bro.
was saying what? Lucky you're only almost. It's too late for him.
So this
The Aswang is the first, yeah, really nice.
Very
It's
good,
the
very
first
good.
Filipino ghost I've ever heard of. Sorry, let me take that back. It was the first Filipino ghost I ever read about was the Aswang, or the creature. Because in some parts of Philippines, it's a cryptid, and in some parts of the Philippines, it's seen as a supernatural beast, right?
It's an umbrella term
Mm.
for different parts of Philippines.
But first thought is this cryptid or this hantu needs braces or dental works.
Yeah,
surgery.
that picture
Yeah,
with all
true.
the bad teeth. Ayo. If I saw it, I'm gonna tell it, yeah, you need to brush your teeth, take better care of that.
Which
A lot of
dentist is
human
which
flesh can get stuck in between.
Which dentist is gonna do this job?
Is it Aswang or Aswang? Because I know some
Aswang.
Okay.
Aswang.
Because I heard some Angmo channels they go like Aswang.
No,
Yeah,
we ever talked about it, and one of us butchered it very badly.
Yeah.
Not me.
There's no ass, there's no wang, there's no ass wang, please.
I remember it now. It's ass
Yeah.
wank. I remember that episode
Ass
now.
wang.
Oh my god.
Okay. Well, good job with this Know Your Hantu. Of course,
Well
if
done,
you guys
Kim.
want to check out the rest of the Know Your Hantu episodes, if you have not been catching up on our Facebook or rather our live show, and you want to just check out the Know Your Hantu, go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Supernatural Confessions, and just look for Know Your Hantu. There are past episodes of Know Your Hantu in this that you can go and have a listen to. So a lot of this well-researched, bite-sized, all done under 5 minutes. So you guys can get up to speed on your Hantu lore. But we are running out of time very soon, so let's get straight to our third and final confession for tonight. Alvin, hit it.
An account from Dennis. This is a real-life incident that happened some 25 years ago to my cousin. Let's call her Jay. She was staying with her parents, an elder brother, and a younger sister in a 3-room flat in Cantonment Road. The boys took the front room while the 3 girls took the back room. So that night, when my elder cousin came home at about 7+ in the evening, he didn't notice anything unusual and proceeded to do his stuff around his room and in the other parts of the house. Both parents were working late. Nothing was out of the ordinary until my younger cousin came home around 11+. When she opened her room, the back room, Jay was found hanged without heartbeat and body stiffened by the window grills. My parents rushed down to their place, and the only thing my dad told me was she couldn't be saved, and the tip of her tongue was sticking out, which had already darkened in color. After her funeral, her mum and some uncles and aunties decided to look for a medium, Wen Mi Po, as her mum suspected something prior to an incident that happened to Jay the night before she passed on. Well, Jay worked as a cashier in a KTV joint and usually returns home in the wee hours. As recounted by her mum, the night before her passing, she did as usual return home from work and decided to stop by the POSB ATM to withdraw some money. To her horror, there was this 5 to 6 year old little girl standing beside her at that late hour, tugging her dress, and was literally asking Jay to follow her to go die. Jay grew afraid and ran towards her block. Upon reaching her floor and corridor, she spotted the little girl outside her unit. The little girl climbed onto the potted plants and jumped down. Jay was scared as hell. When she opened the door to her home, the little girl appeared again and was sitting in the living room. Jay just ignored everything and rushed into her room and locked it. By this time, everyone was already fast asleep. She only managed to relate this whole event to her mom the next morning. No one took an extra second to look into the matter, not expecting that was the last time everyone saw her alive. Fast forward to the part where my uncles and aunties who went to seek enlightenment from a medium. After asking some questions, the medium actually knew my cousin had passed on and also mentioned the reason. Jay and her family were staunch believers of the Japanese Soka religious movement, where they chant Namo Myoho Renge Kyo. According to the medium, these chants were to appease spirits, chow to them. And not only did it attracted the little girl, but there were many others around as well.
Holy shit. And that's a freaking eerie confession.
It's a
Mhm.
heavy one too.
What drives a person to suicide, you know?
But Desmond's voice really lent the horror depth to this story. Yeah, but suicide has always been very tragic for me. And to hear that she has actually called for help the day before and let people know what she experienced. And as usual, if there's anything supernatural, telling even your family members, no one's going to believe you. That's the saddest part about having supernatural experiences. Okay, maybe we'll start with Kim first. Kim, go ahead. What's your thoughts on?
I just wanted to. I'm not gonna tell the whole. I'm not gonna debunk or dissect the whole story.
Yeah.
For me, I believe there must be something that is wrong, that causes the tragic end. But I'm just gonna pick one small part and explain a little bit about it because I looked into it. In the story, it was mentioned Wen Mi Po inside the story. So I'm gonna explain just that part a bit for listeners. Wen Mi Po, if you translate it, is actually ask Rice grandmother. So it's actually a medium that you can seek help from, and this medium is actually not the one who get deity to converse with you, but this medium can actually go to the underworld, and the medium will actually like spread rice on her table, and she will tell you exactly what the underworld soul or the person that you wanted to talk to in the underworld will converse back to you. As in, let's say, for example, you go to a Wen Mi Po and then ask, I wanted to talk to my late grandfather and I wanted to ask this. So Wen Mi Po will actually go, and her first chant would be horseman. This is the part whereby the horseman comes in. This is the real part of the chant. Horseman, can you seek this person for me, for I wanted to converse with him. So Wen Mi Po has this ability to actually get the horseman is actually the Niu Tou Ma Mian, one of them.
Okay, the horse, the like the hell guards who will bring souls
the
to
hell
the underworld.
gods,
Okay.
So he was asking the horseman, can you get this person to come and converse with me? So horseman will come and bring that person. Then Wen Mi Po will actually talk to that person and ask the question. Then after that, Wen Mi Po will, with her eyes closed, will spread the rice, and then she will like, oh, from this, what can I tell you about what your late grandfather said. So that is Wen Mi Po ability. So in that story, the family actually consulted a Wen Mi Po. And
she's like an intermediary, right?
Yeah. Between
to bridge,
our world and
to bridge
the
that.
underworld.
Yes,
Yeah.
to bridge that gap.
Well, speaking of underworld and death, we have in the tonight's featured confession on YouTube. This one is done, edited, and produced and subtitled by Joseph de Cotta himself. You, sir, you have been to this place. I can't pronounce the word, but it's a pine barren, and this place is notorious for being a burial ground of serial killers. Can you give us a bit of background info on this place? Because we may not be familiar with the Perth law and the crime scene.
Yeah, so basically it's a pine plantation that's a lot smaller than what it used to be. And there have been several documented cases where I think at least I know for a fact at least one serial killer, a family, a sort of family, sorry, a pair, a husband and a wife, has buried a body in there. Other murderers have done it as well, and that's documented through newspaper clippings. In the Perth law, not so much now, but before, it was seen as the place where a lot of the underworld crime figures would go to just dump the bodies, because there was just vast tracts of land, tall pine trees, and people just to go and bury bodies there. You know, if you go on the internet, you can't find a lot of information on the law associated with the Nangara pine plantation, but people have seen cryptids, you know, large cats there. People, when it used to be a little bit more lush, people used to see Bigfoot, you know, the Aussie version of the Bigfoot, and people have been, because there's a like a 4-wheel drive track next to the pine plantation, and people have actually been chased by it like a UFO. So I found it very interesting. And a friend of mine, whom I work with, suggested that I, you know, maybe go down there and do a bit of a special for the show. And yeah, but what I also did was I asked the SE fans who were psychic to provide me some impressions. So I have to do a shout out to Lazaru, to Jay, and to Debbie Saurus for kind of providing me some of their impressions there. I wasn't able to visit all the places in that area that they told me to, but I tried to, well, we tried, Steve and Zul, we all tried to go to those places. But you might recognize one of the people that I was with, Zul. Zul was the guy that did the ghost cat, the jinn. So he decided to kind of, you know, come on camera this time. And he was like, "Yeah, don't worry about it, bro. Don't blame my face. I'm happy just to have a chat about it."
Yeah. Well, so if you want to find out more about the confession about the cat, that's also on our Supernatural Confessions YouTube channel, which was, we had a video evidence of the cat just phasing out. So let us know whether you think it's a glitch in the camera or the actual glitch in our real life matrix. Anyway, it's 11:30 right now. Sorry that I have to cut you guys off, because Joe's feature show is out right now, 11:30 on YouTube. Go straight up there. All of us will be there, so do chat with us. We will talk to you about it. And Joe, perhaps you can fill us in on some of the content. This will be a 30-minute long segment, so you guys prepare to sleep at 12 o'clock tonight. But let us say our goodbyes. Joe, let's do our closing.
The closing is, my name is Joe. Thank you for kind of joining us on this Friday night. And there are always more questions and there are answers.
Sonia.
Well, I've had to change mine a little bit, because I no longer believe that there is an explanation for every single thing. I just believe that there is a super rational explanation for most everything.
I still want to tell a joke. What did the cock say? What did the cock say to the naughty pussy?
Cock say to the naughty pussy,
"Don't make me come in there." I'm killing whatever you don't see. Doesn't mean you're there. Good night.
He's Kim and he tells the bad jokes.
I kind of like that one. Anyway, for those of us out there who have really experienced something, no one can say anything to us that would deter us from the truth that we believe in, and know that you guys are not alone. My name is Eugene Tay. Good night. I'll see you guys next week on Supernatural Confessions Friday Night Live. Share this video, tell your friends. We are back in town. Now go straight to YouTube and check out Joseph de Cotta's paranormal investigation on the Pine Barren right now. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.
What did you find?
You are listening to Supernatural Confessions.